Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lucas Live Presents the Fish Tank. I'm excited to be here with you today. My name is Lucas Tyndale. I am your host, and I have some wonderful guests here with me today. They're already floating around here in the fish tank, getting ready to come on today. Everybody, make sure you share this broadcast. I'm going to share the broadcast. If you see our guests here and their heads are down, it's because they're looking down at the phone to share the broadcast real quick. Let's jump on. Why do I have to share? You're probably like, aren't you on? Why do you have to share? Because I broadcast live to Lucas Live Media, and I'd love for you guys to all follow, like, and subscribe to Lucas Live Media because that's the best place to find it. And then I share it to my personal page to make sure people can see it there as well. Very simple, couple clicks, and we're good. So as you guys can see, we're here in the fish tank, warming up, getting ready, and we have our guests already here live. Getting ready. I'm gonna let them go though. I'm gonna put them off in the background. But you guys see they're smiling. They're happy. They're happy to be here. Look at them. Oh, this is great. This is perfect. It's some new features. You know, we try out new things here in the fish tank. What's going on, Corinne? You see what I got going on here? You see I got people floating in the tank. You see what I'm saying? We doing new stuff. Just because. Corinne is all here. What's up, Jay? How you doing? Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon. On the West Coast, glad you're here. This is nice, right? They're all in the bubbles. I'm gonna let them go. Because they like, why are we in the bubbles? I'm gonna move Lily over here. Then I'm gonna let her go. My man Dio is there. I'm gonna let them go. So they off the stage, they off the screen. They can focus backstage, and they were fixing hair and doing stuff. It's all good. I'm not gonna say names about who was doing what, but it wasn't the guy. That's all I'm gonna say. It wasn't him. That's all I can tell you. It's all good. It's no big deal. So. Hi, everyone. Kathy Perrin, how are you? Glad you're here. Thank you. Please share this broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, so more people can join us. Queen Amina, we're so glad you're here. Welcome to the show. We are excited. The Fish Tank. What is the Fish Tank? The Fish Tank is a place where small business owners, entrepreneurs, product and service reps come to get an investment, like on the Shark Tank. Except we're not asking for a piece of their business. We're asking to give back to them. If you like what they have, you're going to invest in them by buying their products and services. You're going to become followers and fans. You're going to take advantage of everything they have to offer. We're also here to share some great things that I can offer you through Success Epitomized. If you're looking to transform your finances, transform your business, transform your mind, transform your schedule, reach out to me, let me know. And if there's other things that you're looking for as far as support for you or your business, let me know. Myself, my wife, our other specialists can help you with those things. We have something wonderful called Epitomize University, which I will be sharing more information about on my social media. You guys stay tuned. We have a great commercial about Epitomize University for people who want to take a 12-month journey on really pulling some things together in their life, in their business. It's going to be a fabulous, fantastic opportunity. I'll be taking advantage, and I hope you will too. I'll tell you more about it soon. What's up, Amanda Jean Dukes? She's here. She was on with us, making sure things were rolling here earlier, and she jumped off. She was making dinner or something for her children. That is always nice. You got to feed the family. My wife is making barbecue chicken pizza, homemade. She up there cooking, or it's done, honey. I don't know. I just know it's going to happen. I know when the show is over, it's going to be delicious dinner ready because you hold it down, and we appreciate you. Me and the children appreciate you. Thank you so much. Mrs. Gloria Pope, welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you guys are here. Thank you guys for joining the broadcast. If you're new to Lucas Live Media, maybe you saw us live at the prom. If you guys saw the prom, let me know. We had a great time at Kent McKinley's prom this past weekend. It was Saturday. We had so many viewers live. We had so many people watch the replay. It was such a joy, honor, privilege, and pleasure to serve my former school in that capacity and just be there with the students. Can't wait to do it again. They're already talking about doing it again. Others are talking about us coming out and doing red carpet events and other events. I don't know where we may end up, but I'm excited about the opportunities. I had so much fun. I know Amanda had tons of fun. My wife had so much fun. Shout out to Adriana Downing and Live Shots Photography. Shout out to Mark Bigsby and his team at C-Town Radio. Make sure you guys check out C-Town Radio as well. Something special, something new here in Canton, but you can listen to it anywhere. It's via internet, so check out C-Town Radio as well. Shout out to Mark Bigsby and everything that he's done to help pull this team together and make what we did Saturday. He really was the mind behind what we were able to do. He saw us doing our thing. He called us together to bring our skills together, and we made it happen. It was so much fun. I also want to shout out my guy, Marquise Watkins at United Boxing Gym. You see I got the Superman thing going on? United Boxing Gym. You guys, United Boxing Club, shall I say. Make sure you guys check them out. That's where I go. I'm there Mondays, Tuesdays, I got my gloves. This is my glove. See, y'all don't want me to put these gloves on. That's all I'm saying. Y'all don't want me to put these gloves on. You know what I'm saying? But we out there, we get that work in with my man Marquise. It's so much fun. I don't know if anybody's ever done boxing training, but boxing training is, you be like sweating, pouring sweat, tired, and you be like, I don't even feel like I did anything. Like I didn't run miles or anything. I didn't run up and down a basketball court. I'm just hitting this bag. I'm just moving. And it's a great anaerobic workout. It's wonderful. If you're looking for it, he has women's classes. He has kids. Now his kids class is currently full, but get on the waiting list. And then he does one-on-one private training sessions. Super affordable. But please check him out. He's in the Canton area, over on Works near the fairgrounds. Wherever you're at, people are coming from all over. When I'm there, I see people coming from 30, 45 minutes away saying, it's the best boxing gym. He's the best trainer. He has a full ring. He has the heavy bags. He has all kinds of stuff set up in there. And soon he's getting a whole new floor in there. So shout out to everybody who donated to that cause. If you're interested in that as well, you'd have an opportunity to donate to him and what he's doing there as well. So we're super excited about that. That's been so much fun. I've been missing comments. What's going on? I see Adriana is in the comments here. What's up? What's up? What's up? The prom was amazing, Jay. That was fun. We had fun. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. And it felt like the audience was there. That was the cool part. It felt like you guys were there with us. It was too much fun. Can't wait to do it again. Can't wait to host more red carpet events. I know it's coming. Who knows where you may see us somewhere hosting a red carpet near you or somewhere on your TV. I think they had like the Oscars yesterday or something, like the Academy Awards. I don't know why they didn't call. I don't know. They didn't know. Maybe they didn't know, but now they know. Now they know. Now they know. All right. The glove should be a raffle prize. This is my glove. These are my gloves. Okay. I'm sure he'd be willing to do something like that. I'm sure he'd be willing. What's up, Shahidra Strong? Shout out to her and her husband, Sean Strong. Check them out. They have a great business as well. Sean does extreme hip hop workouts, and I know he's doing some new things coming soon. Shout out to him and everything they've done. Check out Sean with extreme hip hop. A lot of the city is working out with Sean. They're dancing, moving, grooving. They do some steps. I don't know if they have practice before class, because I'd be like, I don't know how they know how to do all them steps. I'd be like, they just did not a 2-step, that's a 12-step and a spin. And they did it again. I don't know. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he teaches them how to do it. Shout out again to United Boxing Club. Shout out to everybody. And shout out to Adriana and her Mind Your Business ad book. Look, it's right there. Mind Your Business ad book. If you see this at somewhere, these are free. Grab one. Has a lot of great local businesses, a lot of great businesses across Ohio. What Adriana is doing with this is phenomenal. How she's supporting local businesses is amazing. And she actually goes and supports. She goes and buys their products and services. She goes and checks them out. She tastes their food. She definitely tastes their food. She's a foodie. So she definitely, if you got a food business, you probably can get in for free. I don't know. Who knows? Shout out to my cousin Christina. You know all these guests. Yes, these guests are great people. I'm excited. I'm going to bring on my co-host here so we can get things rolling without any further delay. Welcome, Miss Marche Lucas. How are you, Marche? Hold on. You know how you are? You're muted, Marche. That's wrong.
What?
Let me ask you one more time. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm great. I love the look on your face. Like, how dare he mute me?
How dare you bring me in mute?
After all these episodes and all this time, I'm still bringing in guests muted. I mean, things happen. You know what I mean? It's a lot. I'm trying to have y'all coming up in bubbles and stuff. I was doing extra stuff, so I had to mute people, So we're super excited about what's going on here today. So what's been going on with you, Marche? What's happening? I'm going to go ahead and kill the music because I need to hear you. How have you been?
I've been really good. Just working, trying to slow down and not be doing too many things at one time. But it's kind of hard because when you have a bunch of stuff, hey, Adriana, when you have a bunch of like things that you want to get done, you just like dive in. So I'm trying to do a little bit better with the prioritizing and just making sure that I'm not stretching myself too thin. But I have a lot of good things coming up here soon this summer.
Anything you want to tell us about? I mean, what's going on? I mean, you can't say that. We have your mother here. She says, hi, daughter.
Oh, yeah, I see her on here.
Miss Court Canvas herself.
So, for those of the viewers that don't know, I am a virtual assistant. I have a virtual assistant firm called My Virtual Briefcase. I assist small business owners with all things administrative if they don't have like that that staff. It's a lot to staff a whole office if you're really just a one man band. So this summer, I don't have an actual date. I will be launching my virtual briefcase academy, and that will be teaching other individuals who want to do what I do. The the This business is very lucrative, and there's a need. There's a lot of people that need people like me, and there's not a lot of us. So this summer I'll be launching some live sessions and mostly modules that will basically walk you through, how I started, how I get clients, how I package my services. So anybody that's watching, if you're interested in becoming a virtual assistant, look out for my virtual briefcase. That'll be hopefully midsummer, early fall.
I love it. I love it. Now, this is fascinating because most people are not in the business of teaching other people how to be in their business. Okay, so let's talk about this. Most people like, I'm not showing anybody how to do what I do because therefore I'll create competition. But clearly you're saying there's so much demand, there's so much need that you have no fear that you're going to create. I mean, the McDonald's brothers had this program where they let people come into their business and see their speedy food system is what it was called. And the
Mhm.
guys like Mr. Bell, I forget his first name, he came and saw it. And then Taco Bell comes. And the guys who eventually created Burger King came and saw it. And then they created competition. So why would you do that? Why would you teach people how to do what you're doing? Isn't that crazy?
So, I mean, I guess people would think that it's crazy, but I'm naturally a giver. I'm a sharer. Um, the demand is really there. I've done a lot of research. It's a remote business, so it's not like, I mean, yeah, there might be a virtual assistant here in Columbus, but there's millions of small businesses out there. So the odds of me coming across the same small business that one of my students come across is kind of slim to zero. So I feel like with my academy, my plan is to groom these individuals into someone that's like me. And when I can't take the clients that are seeking me out, I'll have an exclusive list like, hey, Lucas is actually a virtual assistant. I'm going to pair you with him and see if that works out because I don't have the client availability right now. Because there really is, I mean, I listen to tons of podcasts, I watch tons of webinars where there's more small businesses that need VAs than there are VAs.
Wow.
So I'm not selfish about it. I'm not scared or nervous that, you know, it would be any competition. I would just be more excited that, oh, yeah, she took my class, she took my modules. Like, she really does know what she's talking about. And it feels good to refer people to the people that that you've taught and you've groomed.
I love it. I mean, that's a phenomenal idea, and to give back is great. To create an academy is super cool. Let's talk about your services right now. Somebody out there is
Mm-hmm.
watching. Obviously, this whole show is about small businesses and small business owners, entrepreneurs. Somebody out there is like, I don't even know what a virtual assistant is, and more specifically, what can Marche do for me? Right? It's like people know you, people love you. Everybody who knows you loves you, and it's like Marche's great, 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 right? Love Marche. But the sad thing is sometimes we don't know what the people close to us actually can do for us. We know they do things for people, but we don't necessarily think of, well, let me call Marche. I definitely know somebody who can do that. What are some of the services
Mm-hmm.
that you offer?
Some of the services I offer, one of my big services that I offer is social media management. That's that's one of my big services. A lot of people, they like to post leisurely, but they don't like to post professionally.
Professionally,
And
yes.
when you post professionally, it is an art. There is a method to the madness. There are algorithms that you should know about and follow in order to market your brand. So I offer that service because it does get hard if you're trying to follow up on your leads or just be client facing. You don't really have the capacity to, okay, let me think of the right caption, let me think of the right hashtag. So
Right.
that's one of the biggest services I offer. I also offer another big one would be, I do a lot of resume writing and resume editing lately. So people are sending me their resumes. I'm either redoing them from scratch or I'm editing them, because nowadays when you're applying for jobs, if you don't have those buzzwords in your resume, they're not even reading your resume.
So
So
true.
a lot of people don't know that. So with me researching and seeing and, speaking with some of my friends who are in HR and asking them like, hey, what are you guys looking for when you're hiring?
Right.
I'm helping people, brush up their skills so that they're being picked. So those two are really big right now. I've been doing a lot of document support also, just random like drawing contracts between like people and their clients because they don't know necessarily what needs to go in like a work for hire agreement and things like that. So those are my top three, but
I
I'm
love it.
really well versed. So if it's something that I don't know how to do, I have a team of people that support me in like their professions that I can just introduce them to, like, hey, I don't do contract administration, but I know someone else who does.
Right. I love it. I mean, this is a great thing. So many people start businesses and they don't have the support they need. They can't afford a team. They can't afford a full-time assistant. So many people are like, if I just had an assistant, if I just had some help, my business would go to the moon and back, but I don't have it. So your whole business is about that. I love it. My virtual briefcase. I know you've been doing it for years. You were on Lucas Live before. We've talked about it. And I hope each time that people think about it and at least reach out to you. And I know you're going to be on with me the whole time, but just so people know, if somebody heard this or they're watching this live or by replay, and if you're watching it live, make sure you share, text, call somebody. We're on YouTube and Facebook at Lucas Live Media. We're also on LinkedIn at Lucas Tyndale. Make sure you tell somebody to check it out, or you know somebody who needs this service and you're going to send them the link and say, watch the replay. Marche, how can they get a hold of you?
You guys can get a hold of me. I will post later, but my website is just simple. It's myvirtualbriefcase.com. You can go take a look at my website. There's a contact page. It comes right to me. My Instagram is the same handle, my virtual briefcase. Um, all of my information's on my website. You can shoot me a text, email me, call. I'll get back with you. We can kind of do a discovery call, see what it is that I can do to benefit you, and then we can get the ball rolling with your business, getting it organized and taken to the next level.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Everybody, check out my virtual briefcase. Marche is going to be with us the entire episode. She is the co-host, and she is my cousin as well. She is my cousin. Her last name is Lucas. My first name is Lucas. My name is not Lucas Lucas, but it's all good. It's all good. I often have to tell people, they're like, "Are you a Lucas?" I'm like, "Yes." Uh, so your name is Lucas Lucas? I'm like, no, but nonetheless,
I
I
can't
get that.
believe people say that.
It's the weirdest. So many, way more times than anybody can imagine. It's totally not a joke. It happens too often. What's up, Jasmine Vance? What's going on? She was just discussing getting a virtual assistant with Marche. This is the person. Marche, do you know Jasmine? She's in Columbus.
Yes, I actually do know Jasmine very, very well. I talk to her almost like once or twice a week, and
Oh,
we really were discussing her getting an assistant today. So we're going to try to work on that.
perfect. Jasmine, this is my cousin.
Hi, Jess.
Jasmine was one of my students at McKinley Early Childhood back in the day. That's one of my kids. She's grown. It's crazy. I got grown kids. She was one of my kids. I mean, I worked with kids. I was still halfway a kid, but it's all good. So all is well. There you go, right there, my virtual briefcase. All right, we're gonna bring on our first guest. We have two guests today, ladies and gentlemen. Our first guest, we're gonna bring on. He's known as Do. His name is Daryl Owens. He is the founder and owner of a school as well as a community center. He's somebody who's been active in the community in the Canton area for many years in schools and outside of schools, and wraparound programming and support. And now again, having his own son is not a teenager yet, I don't believe, and is already in college or may have already gotten a degree or two. I don't know. I can't remember. It's mind blowing. It's fascinating. We're going to talk to him in just a second. And then our second guest, you guys stay tuned. She's known as Queenie Bean, also AKA Lilly Davenport, or Lilly Davenport, AKA Queenie Bean. She's the waist trainer queen. She's going to talk to us about her business, how you can buy her products and services to help you get tight. I hear the lady say, get snatched. Now,
Yeah.
where I'm from, you didn't want to get snatched. You didn't want to get snatched. You didn't want to get snatched. Snatched was bad, but I
The
guess
ladies
now
want to
snatched
get
is good.
snatched now, Lucas.
What's that?
The ladies want to get snatched now.
It's good.
Okay?
Okay,
Gotta get
snatched is good now. Because I used to, like,
snatched
my
is
mom
good.
would snatch me, and I'd be like, oh no, I just got snatched. And I was like, I'm done, mom. I won't touch stuff in the store anymore. And now you ladies want to get snatched. All good. All good. I understand. It's all good. So we're going to talk to her today about how you can check out her products and services. She has a special offer today only, the deepest discount she's done to date, and you don't want to miss it. So stay tuned so you guys can find out about that and all that she does for women's health and wellness. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome to the show our next guest. I'm gonna unmute him because that's the nice thing to do. Welcome to the show, our next guest, Mr. Daryl Owens. How are you today, my friend?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to have you. Quick story, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do about a 10-15 minute interview here with Dio. But Dio, you are somebody who I've heard about for years, literally a decade. I heard about you, but I had not met you. And I just decided a few weeks ago we were going to meet. I was going to find you if I had to chase you down jogging somewhere, if I had to come to the school. I was just like, we're going to meet, and I reached out to you and you said, let's meet. I'd be happy to meet. And then we've been seeing each other out working out and everything. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. Can you tell us a little bit about what you have going on right now? You got a school, you got a community center. If you could just share with us a little bit about your main focus right now.
Yeah, so the school is Crossover Academy. This is our fourth year. The easiest way to explain it is that we are structured as a homeschool, and the goal is to really educate kids at a high level. The expectations are high. I believe that kids can do anything if the expectations are there. So I push the kids to walk in purpose, and if you're walking in purpose, you're automatically operating in excellence. With the school, we also have Crossover Legacy Center, which is a community center. So when you come to the building on the main floor, it's a community center, whether it's the gaming lounge, whether it's the barbershop, music studio, we got photography, a whole lot of things. And then on the second floor, it's exclusively for the school. So yeah, Crossover Legacy Center and Crossover Academy is really the main things that I got now.
I love it. I love it. The name crossover, what does that mean? Why crossover?
It's a Hebrew. It comes from a Hebrew word, simply meaning to be unique, to stand out. So the school in itself, I knew when God called me to do it, I knew it would be different. So everything that we're setting out to do, I know it's going to be different, and not just for the sake of being different, but in order to do what it is that God has called me to do.
I love it. Marche, when you think about homeschooling, right? He's homeschooling, but he has a building, right? And he's bringing other kids into it. If you were to think about it, what questions would you ask if you were thinking, I'm going to bring a kid into a homeschool away from school program, like, and you're trying to understand it? Just play the role of a parent. What kind of questions would you ask?
That's a good. I'm glad you asked me that. So I would probably ask what. So I'm assuming you're saying you said that you're teaching students at a high level, which essentially to me means that you're not. It's not restricted to first, second, third grade or 12th or 11th grade. Like you're teaching them
Right.
what they're receptive to or what they're remembering. So I guess I my question would be, do you have your own curriculum or is it a different curriculum that you're following?
Yeah, so the term is and eclectic simply means that as I read and as I study, I pick and choose the good things that I find whether it be I'm reading the new Jim Crow or I'm taking a college course and there's some good information. Whatever it is, I just take that information and that's the information I teach to my kids.
Wow.
Like if you go to what is it, Books a Million, and you'll see like the SAT, ACT preparation books. I read through those books and I take information out of that. So it's really just a little bit of everything.
That is
That
awesome. That
is
I mean,
awesome.
that is like, I mean, like 10-year-olds are probably learning stuff I was learning at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Literally.
So I have another question. So how are you, like, so I'll be honest, I never heard of Crossover Boys Academy. I'm so glad to learn of it today. Where would someone who is on the fence of sending their child to school or homeschooling, like, where would they find your information? Where would they know that, hey, Dio offers this wonderful school? Like, where would we find that out?
Yeah, so we got a website, crossoverboysacademy.org, crossoverboysacademy.org, and then there's a contact us section to where they can just fill out that information. If you go on my Facebook page, Daryl Owens, and I believe my profile picture is 4 of my kids on there. If you scroll enough on my post, I got my cell phone number on there too. So more than welcome to call, text, reach out, and then we can sit down. We can get it figured out.
Okay.
I
All right.
love it.
Cool.
Dio, you and Marche, great questions. And I think those are the kind of questions you probably get often. Like, what is this thing? Like, because
Yeah.
we just went through a period of time where my wife and I began homeschooling our kids. Okay, okay. I'm not being honest. Our kids got sent home from school last year, and we had to do school at home. That wasn't homeschooling. That was we was like, what is this? We ain't done. Why would we geometry? Like, and my wife and I were like, you're not gonna need to know this. Half the time we're complaining like, I don't need to know the Pythagorean theorem. Like, what that got to do with anything? I do not need to know the hypotenuse of a triangle ever. Right? Like, so we spent half the time doing that, but we made it. We made it through, and my son is still online now. He's 17. He chose to do it so he could go to work. So he got a job and he's going to school and he's
Good.
managing his time.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, proud of him. Like, that was a big decision because he went the first semester and he went virtual second semester, even though he had been in school then for whatever that was. And he said, "Well, I'm just going to pull out and be able to go get a job and everything." So shout out to him for doing that. But when people are thinking about homeschooling, like what you just said is like an oxymoron. You said a homeschool at your school. That doesn't make any sense. It's not homeschool then. It's your school. Help us understand what makes this a hybrid program.
So homeschool is just simply traditionally kids are being schooled at home. Now, of course, from a traditional point, kids are going to a building. So we just combine the two. We go to a building, but it's structured and it feels like it's a homeschool. Really laid back. A lot of times kids get to dictate what it is that we're going to learn. Some days, a lot of days, we eat at my house. So we sitting in the living room. We at the dining room table. We on the back deck. So yeah, it's different. Someday we've had days where we spend all day with me just driving the kids around, and I'm giving them math questions the whole day. I'm quizzing them, asking them different things. Stop at the mall, we eat. So no one day looks the same. Every day is different.
So that sounds like a lot of fun. However, Marche here went to the Ohio State University. I
Mhm.
went to the Malone University. It's not as fancy and it doesn't sound like, I don't even think they have a the. I don't think we got a the. I think it was just Malone College. But whatever it was, right? So I went there, did a little time at Kent State, I think. I did a little tour before I finished my degree. But how do I come out of your eclectic driving me around doing math problems program, which sounds like amazing fun if for a child? What you're just coming to your house, sitting at your table, going out on your deck. You know how fun it would be to go to the teacher's house and sit on the deck. I mean, like you'd feel like a part of their family. You'd feel really cared for. So I think it sounds phenomenal. But I would be concerned as a parent. I'm asking as a parent, how
Yeah.
do these credits translate? Like, who's going to say that this actually counted for something? How do you prove? efficacy of your program, and it's not following the traditional curriculum.
Yeah, so there's a few happen in order to homeschool. But to answer your question, one of those things is you have a certified teacher here doing evaluation. So they look at the work that the kids are doing, and then they off on it saying that the ODE qualification for the year. So
Got it.
plus, I mean, is out to start state, and I have them take that that state. I shouldn't say state. The college entrance or placement test at start
Okay.
state. So when they score well on that, for me, that's definitely something you can point to, showing that not only can they do the middle school, elementary, high school work, but they're operating on a college level also.
That's awesome.
Phenomenal. So, okay, last question. I understand that you have a son that is already in college, and I don't
Yeah.
even know if he's a teenager yet. Can you tell us the story of your son? What your and I know you have more than one child, but your son, he's your oldest, correct?
Correct.
And
Correct.
how old is he now?
Daryl Alive is 11. He'll be 12 in June.
He's 11, he'll be 12 in
11.
June. And
Correct.
help us understand what grade he's in or what his deal is. Help paint the picture for people out there who are listening. What's up with my man?
Yeah, so next month he graduates high school, and this fall he'll be a sophomore in college.
And he's going to be 12.
Yeah, gonna be 12.
And he will
I
graduate.
need to hire him for my tutor. I need a tutor.
My man is doing his thing. Now, and did you also say you guys have some classes together or something? What's up? What's going on? I don't understand.
Yeah, so we're I'm going back to school to get a degree in Black Studies, and Black Studies is also one of the things that my son is going to major in also. So we have an African American history class together right now, and we got work due on Wednesday nights, and we have we have work due on Thursday nights, and we have work due on Sunday nights. And one nights my work wasn't done, so he took his quiz, he turned in his discussions, and I'm sitting at the computer typing. I was stopping, I'm thinking, and I'm trying to process what the discussion is, and he walks in and he's like, he said, "Daddy, you not done yet? You need me to help you?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good. I got it. But if I need help, I reach out."
Right, I know where your room is. I'll get you if I need you. I got you.
But it's a blessing to be able to take a class with him, to have some of these discussions with him, and just really just to see him learn alongside of me. So it definitely a blessing.
I love it. Dio, what you're doing, and it's just phenomenal. You also, and just to conclude, we're going to get to our next guest, and we're going to bring everybody back at the end. You also have a game room, and you have some stuff coming up. Real quick before you go, tell people what you have coming up, because we want people to be able to get in touch with you. I believe you've opened enrollment for a summer program. Just let the people know, somebody out there is listening, and it may be exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah, so this summer we got all boys summer camp. We're taking 75 boys from 8 to 17 years old. It's an 8-week camp. We got a whole lot of things planned for them. If you go to, again, crossoverboysacademy.org, there is a link where you can fill out the information, register your child. On Tuesdays from 5 to 6:30, I do a mentorship program for young men 18 to 27, and we have 14 weeks left with that. And more than likely, when it's done, I'll probably do another 16 weeks. And then we got Crossover Lounge, and the days aren't really set in stone, but occasionally we have that. And then the first Friday of every month, we do an overnighter at the building. So the first Friday of every month.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Dio. We're going to have you come back on at the end. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Nice meeting you.
Likewise.
All right. Marche, phenomenal.
I know. I need to link. I need to figure out how to get this information out there. It's not out there like it should be out there.
It's not out there like it should be out there. He's such a humble guy and doing his thing. He has a building. It's right behind the Civic Center, right there in Canton on Cleveland Avenue. the old Choices High School. It was Choices building or something as well.
Oh yeah, by Patrick.
He got the building. It's his. I mean,
that is dope. Like that whole concept is mind blowing to me.
Me too. And I think we want to support. We want to tell people about it, ladies and gentlemen. If you love what he just talked about, if you have a young man, a young boy, and you're interested, please reach out to him. Go to his social media page, Daryl Owens, and check him out, or go to crossoveracademy.org and find out more information about it there. I just can't think of a better thing for young men in our communities, where we're always complaining there's not enough to do, there's nothing for them, they're in the streets because there's no other option. His game room alone has PS5s and new Xboxes just to draw them in, but then to take them from that to educate them is something that's just beyond amazing.
Even the older age program he was talking about, that was like 14 weeks.
Yep, mentoring.
Like, young men, like, they need someone to talk to. Sometimes, if you can't talk to your parents or, grandparents, like, that's awesome.
It is. It's amazing. We're going to continue to shout him out. His business he should be in your book, Adriana. Make sure you reach out to him. He absolutely should. Reach out to him. Even the gaming lounge, people could rent it out to do events for their boys or a birthday party, and it gets you familiar or it's just amazing. I can't wait to work with them and volunteer to help speak to the young men and be a part of it. So if anybody's interested, please reach out to him. He's definitely doing amazing things. His building is on Cleveland Avenue. It's the address is a Cleveland Avenue address. It's across from Patrick's, so you can find it down there. All right, we're gonna bring on our next guest. She's somebody we both know.
Yeah.
Some people know her as Queenie Bean. Is that what you know her as?
I know her as Queenie. Yeah.
You know her as Queenie.
I switch back and forth now that she's Lilly, but I've known her as Queenie for a long time.
It's really funny because I did not know her as Queenie. I've always known her as Lilly. We graduated together, known her forever. We recently reconnected, and I'm always like, Lilly, Lilly, Lilly. And then I see her Facebook, and it's like Queenie. And I'm like, that's a Lilly, but a Queenie, Lilly. And I have this cognitive dissonance going on in my head, and I don't know what to do about it, but I'm figuring it out, and I know who she is. And I'm excited to welcome to the show our friend, Lilly Davenport, a.k.a. Queenie Bean. How are you today?
Hi, Queenie.
Fine, how are you? I sound like the artist formerly known as Prince.
Right, you do.
And Marche's like, and now I know her as Lilly, so it's like, okay, I'll take that.
Right. And now she's known as, in her more popular days,
Right.
people know her as Lilly. Welcome to the show, Lilly. When I started this show, you were one of the people who I said, I have to have you on. I think we even texted or talked about it, and I was like, I have to have you on. I'm doing this show about businesses. I see what you're doing, and I love the story you're telling. I'm a marketing person. My major at the Malone College.
The Malone.
The Malone. You went to Malone too, right?
Yeah, I have a master's from Malone. Thank you
do.
very much. And I saw Latasha Gross's comment laughing at the Malone. It is the Malone.
I like that. We went to the Malone Universidad. Okay, the Malone University. It's very fancy. Okay, we went to the Malone University. It was a great school. It was a great program. I think we both. Did you do the MMP program?
Yep, I did.
We did the same program.
We were like crossing paths.
We were. It was the craziest thing. From McKinley to the Malone University. Now, I've always been an Ohio State fan, so shout out to you, Marche, for the Ohio State University or whatever. But we have more Malone people here. So
it's cool.
no hate. It's no hate. It's all good. We're all Canton people. So Lilly, your business. Why start a business? What's up with it? Tell us about it.
Man, where do I start? So I've always wanted to have my own business. It's just always been, I don't even want to say business. I think God just created me to just come up with ideas. And I had so many that I could never really focus on one. Mm-hmm. And I always say my kids are my inspiration. I started my bachelor's with my youngest son. I'm with my oldest son. I started my master's with my youngest son, and then I started a business with my baby girl, and she's one. So I give all credit to her. I will say that I was really just to be really transparent, I was just in a dark place.
Mm.
And I was feeling like, hey, I worked so hard to be a good mom and work on my education and work on my career. And on the outside, people would say like, man, you really got it together. Like, I can't believe it. You got these kids, you got your education together, you're, really career driven. But I had no social life.
Mm.
I had no, connection. And when COVID hit, that's when I realized, I was like, wait a second, we're all stuck in this place. And I didn't have anybody to really reach out to. And I really also didn't know who I was anymore.
Mm.
I mean, I knew I was a mom and I knew I went to work every day,
Mm.
but there were things that I loved to do that got, put on the back burner, and then I kind of like forgot. So to kind of speed things up, I had my daughter and I was like, you know what? I don't want her to grow up with an unhappy mom. And I want her as a young woman to always remember who she is and who God called her to be. And so I started to work out and started kind of getting back to like, hey, I used to do this and I loved it. I used to get into boxing. I would go to the Southeast Community Center and box and do different things. And then I saw these waist trainers and I was like, ooh, I want to be snatched. I just had a baby.
Somebody snatched me. What's
Right,
up with
somebody
that?
snatched me up.
Right.
So I
I
was
gotta
like, I
get
want to be
snatched to get
snatched
snatched.
too.
Right.
Right. But then I thought, well, why would I buy somebody else's if
Wow.
I can just sell my own?
That
And
part.
Right.
it was like I was not healed yet, but I was on this journey of healing. And I started working out and I started posting things on Facebook and just being very vulnerable about where I was coming from. And I had so many women reach out. And that's when I could feel God saying, you're back.
Wow.
Like back. Like I remember working with kids when I was younger, before I had my oldest son, and kind of doing like some community work. And my heart was always to help people. I worked in mental health for 15 years. For a long time, I was doing direct service, and I wasn't doing that anymore. So I didn't have contact with people.
Right.
And when I started connecting with people again, I was like, yes, this is it. This is what God called me to do. So here I am.
That's amazing. And Marche, you guys not only have known each other, but you've crossed paths since she started her business. What do you know about this business?
So I will say, to be super transparent, I started a fitness journey during COVID. I suffer from rheumatoid arthritis, so I hadn't been able to work out in about 2 years.
Wow.
I'll say in May of 2020, that's when COVID, the thick of COVID was going on.
Right.
And I don't even know if Queenie knows this, but I literally start doing, like, I was walking every day, but that was it. And then I randomly came across Queenie's Instagram and I was like, oh, she's doing these like little 15, 20-minute workouts. Like, they look pretty cool. Like, let me start doing these. So I started my new fitness journey with Queenie. Like, I was doing all her videos, all the videos she was posting every day. I was doing them.
Wow.
From May until like August. August is when I got real serious and was like, okay, I'm gonna hire a trainer. And then I was just looking at her products and I was like, I gotta get it together. And I was part of a group that Queenie had on Facebook, and her business gifted me a pair of her resistance bands.
Booty bands.
And like I said, I know of her business because it was just like I kept asking God, like, hey, I really want to get back in shape. I'm off this medicine. I can get active. And it was just like out of nowhere, I saw Queenie's post, like, here's a good, the first workout I remember, it was like these oblique dips. And I was like, yeah, I can get into this. So y'all that's watching, the product, like her products, they really do work. Like, they're really, really assistive in your everyday working out that you do.
I mean,
Thank
that's a
you,
real live
Marcella.
testimony. And Marche and Lily, thank you guys both for being so transparent. I appreciate it. Lily, mother again, and many women go through so many body issues. Just being a mother, and then Marche dealing with rheumatoid arthritis, not being able to be active, and I know it drains energy. And so, I mean, there's just so many compounding issues that can cause someone not to be at the optimum level of health. And then you have Queenie here who's posting these videos, and I'm telling you, everybody. And I told her this when we started talking again recently. Me and her reconnected. I said everybody was watching your videos. Like I assumed if I went to the monument, Lily lived at the monument. I didn't know if she was like had a
I do. You know that little area, that little like closet space that's
that
over
little thing
there?
is you. That's your spot. I didn't know.
That's my spot.
I didn't know that was you. I thought that was a dude just sleeping in there. That was you and the family. Y'all got y'all. The kids is like, we want to go home. You're like, we're staying here, kids. We got to get in shape. You were. That's not easy to do, Lily. Okay, it is not. And Marcia, you're doing the same thing, and I applaud you guys. It's not easy. It's easy to show the after picture, and it's easy to show the before picture when you've made it to your after. When you've made it in life, in your business, in your relationships, in your financial journey, it's easy to go back and be like, look where I came from. Because now you can't really talk about me because I got it now. I got the body I want. I got the relationship I want. I got the business I want, or whatever. Very few people live out loud. Very few people live their testimony in front of everybody. And I don't think everybody is ready for that. And I'm not suggesting that everybody does that because that can come with a lot of darts and daggers and hate, and it can slow you down. But when people are able to do it, when they're strong enough to do it, I applaud it because that's how I live my life. And I just think it's so encouraging to know that we're not alone, not just before and after, but during the journey. So what made you start posting this stuff? Like that was a bold step. I know you weren't where you wanted to be when you started posting, but you just laid it out there for everybody.
No, I did. You know what? That was just God.
Yeah.
And it was just something that I felt like I had to do. I just had to put myself out there. For so many years, I've always, people know me and they'll say like, I can't believe you like that you're really shy or you're quiet. I really am typically a private person. People don't typically know things that are going on with me.
Right.
But I was like, you know what? I don't care anymore. If this is what's going to help me, is helping other people, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's me helping them is actually the therapy that I need. It's actually a ministry that gives me a natural high to really hear that, like hearing Marche say like, hey, this really helped me. Like that makes me feel so good
It
inside.
really
Like, okay,
did. Like
Wow.
if
like
I
I
don't
was
even,
like,
and
I
to be
was
honest, I don't think I would have even started. I mean, I might still be just chilling on the couch if I wouldn't have taken, because I was like, these look low, like
Low
they're low
impact,
impact.
low intensity.
It's nothing super hard. My biggest fear was working out again and one, working out again, because that was a step. Because I used to work out all the time prior to becoming diagnosed. But then it was like, I'm looking at Queenie, she's doing these low, moderate, low impact. I don't really need anything. If I would have probably not seen the video, I probably would have not started when I started.
Wow.
I mean, it was a push. Like, you know what? I'm just about to do this. She posts these every single day. I know when she posts, I'm gonna log in to look so I can go ahead and get on board.
I love it. I love it. And Lily, so when you hear things like that, you're saying that's what it was all about.
that's what it's all about. I mean, that just lets me know that I'm on the journey that God called me to be on. And so it's so much more than weight trainers, because for me, one of the other things is it's not about losing weight. It's about feeling good about yourself. And I know that people say that all the time, like so cliche, but it's so true.
Yeah.
It's really about working on yourself. So I always tell people, I start here. There's 4 core things that I talk about that I built my business on. And that's, first of all, spirituality. I had to get my spiritual life right first. Then I had to focus on self-care. Like self-care is so important.
Yes.
And there's many different, areas of self-care, but self-care is so important. The third one, people often are like, how does that go? It's forgiveness. Like,
Mm.
forgiveness is a huge component to feeling better and being
Wow.
able to move into another place. Like, if you can't learn to forgive people for what they did 10 years ago, or
Mm.
like, it will eat you up inside. And so,
Mhm.
not even just forgiving people, but learning to forgive yourself for time that
Yes.
you missed. Like, I had to learn to forgive myself for allowing people to do certain things or get away with certain things or putting myself in certain situations. And until I got to that point, that's when I got into the physical health. Like, okay, this is what I can do. Like, that's when I really started pushing my business. Like, when I really was like, okay, I can do this. I'm past all this other stuff. And as women, you can't tell me that those aren't things that we need to do for ourselves.
Right.
God created
Mhm.
us to nurture, so we automatically pour. We're constantly pouring into our kids. We're constantly pouring into our spouse, our
Yes.
friends. Like, as women, we love to hang out with our friends and be that extra support. In ministry, we're constantly pouring. We are naturally nurturers.
Yep.
But when you are pouring in, who's filling you up?
Mm.
Because
Right.
eventually what you're pouring in isn't even always going to be positive if you're not in a positive place. And so I just had to learn how to balance. And this really helped me. So it's so much more than waist trainers. It's about really encouraging women. I've encouraged that, get up 10 minutes early and meditate. That's my
Yes.
big thing.
Yes.
Meditate, get in prayer, get your mind together, because you have to prepare for that day, the day you've never seen before. That's what my dad used to, well, he still says, like,
Uh-huh.
this is a day you've never seen before. So you have to prepare for the
Yes.
day you've never seen.
Mm.
And so get mentally prepared. And then once you're there, you can start working out and getting snatched and all that. I mean, I just posted a blog today, so check out my Facebook,
Check out
Queenie
her
Bee.
Facebook. Check out the new
I posted a
blog.
blog about what is snatch. So, like, we think snatch is like getting tight, getting our tummies tight. It is, but it's so much more than that. It's about how you're feeling inside, how you're feeling as a person, as a woman, and where you are, and are you healthy mentally before you get physically snatched.
I love it. Get your spirit
Don't get me
snatched.
going, Lucas, because I'll keep going now. I'll keep going.
Listen, that's so real, and I think it's so important because you talked about several things that I think were really important. One of them was people really getting their spiritual life together, really
Yeah,
getting reconnected, because the disconnect from the creator is what causes us to malfunction. Like,
yeah.
if, and I always say this, and in my book that I wrote, the Man Manual, it was a book to women about men, and the last chapter was return policy. And I went through all these things,
Mhm.
looking at a man as though he were a device, say, and you got to learn how to get him to open up and get him out the box, and how
Right.
to turn him on. It was different though. It wasn't just that. But I went through all these scenarios, and the last chapter was return policy, because I was saying, when you don't know what else to do, and really, first and foremost, and throughout, really the optimal thing to do is return to the manufacturer. And even when we
Right.
buy things from the store, they say, don't take this back to Walmart, don't take it back to the store, send it to the manufacturer. Now, we don't want to do that because it takes longer, so we want to take it to Walmart and be like, Walmart, give me that gift card, give me my money.
Right.
Walmart don't barely ask no questions. Walmart be like, you be like, it was a crackhead. He gave it to me. They be like, don't, just child, just give it to me, and they don't care, right? Walmart don't ask no questions. It's a mess.
No, they don't.
They don't ask no questions. But what we have to do really is send it back to the manufacturer. So you were reconnecting to God. That time in the morning, and this is something my wife and I have found, getting up and being intentional about our morning and evening routine. Taking time in the
Mhm.
morning to focus on the day ahead, to meditate, to spend that time with God, to look ahead at the day. It is a day I haven't seen, but there's things in the day that I have seen, and there's things that I have intention for. My calendar is telling
Mhm.
me some things, and I know I've met with that person, so let me plan what it's like when I run into them. And I'm not going to assume it's going to go horrible, but I'm going to be ready in case it does. Because I know that one client, I know you work with people, they might be rough, and you might be like, I know how they are, so let me get ready for this one because I know what's coming. And then at night to spend time in meditation as well, reflecting back on the day. Is there anything that I would have improved? Are there relationships that were broken? Is there forgiveness that's needed? And what you said about forgiveness too is so important because it says what is bound on earth will be bound in heaven, which means if I don't forgive people here, it's blocking stuff there. And I want
Yep.
my
Absolutely.
stuff, I want everything on earth as it is in heaven. I want my
Right.
blessings to flow. And God is like,
Correct.
you're the one blocking it. We're like, it's
Right.
haters, it's people. God is like, no, your unforgiveness. He said, blessed are the merciful, for they'll get mercy. If you're not merciful to people, you're
Mhm.
not going to get mercy. You're not going to get
I
kindness. You're not
always
going to get
say it's
forgiveness.
nobody is worth blocking what God has for me.
Yes.
Like I don't think anybody is worth
I love
so
it. I love it. So, Queenie, you have on one of your products here, and you want to
I
share
do.
some information about this today
I
because
do.
today's the day somebody needs to get started
Trainer.
getting snatched. Here we have the
I
waist
have
trainer
my
there.
Imagine Me trainer.
Now that has two things. That's like a half a straight jacket. What's going on there? What does that do?
Listen. Let me tell you about this.
Yes.
Okay, it's a half a straight jacket, but I've had 3 babies, and
Uh,
any woman who has had children, your back hurts. Okay,
Mm,
your back hurts because you're carrying them for 9 months. When you put this on, it's not only great for exercising, like it really helps support your back.
mm.
It really is very supportive. It helps you get your core tight. It helps with your posture. Like right now, I'm sitting here and I'm like, attention.
Right.
So it really helps with keeping your core tight and helping your posture and helping with your back. The material helps you sweat obviously more, but the straps that are on here, like they help keep the core tight. They really do. Like, it helps keep everything in place.
It's got
When
a
you're doing
zipper.
ab work, it
It's got
does.
a
It has a
zipper and
zipper.
straps.
And this is a great thing for couples. The reason why is because the first time you put it on, your spouse has to help you.
Oh,
So whatever else help happens after that is between
oh,
you guys. But I'm
oh.
just saying, like, this is a couples thing.
Okay. How much are the waist trainers? Get me a couple. Honey, I got us a
All
waist
right.
trainer. I got you 10 waist trainers. Like, what is this? I just need to help you put them on and take them off and stuff. So
Right.
if somebody's interested, you got a deal going on. What's the deal if somebody wants to order and you
I
don't just
do.
have waist trainers, there's other things on the website.
I
What's the
don't.
deal?
I have booty bands. I have arm shapers. And so right now the waist trainers are typically 45. I'm letting them go tonight only till midnight, $30. But you have to inbox me on Facebook or on Queenie Bean or on my Instagram. I am Queen 1982. And you have to mention Lucas Live.
I love
$30.
it.
$30. You can't beat that. And these are no joke. They're gonna last. If you look on my page, you'll see where folks have used them. There have been success where I've had folks call me and say, I need another one because
Wow.
I've gone from a triple X to a large. So, I mean, they're awesome. I love them. And the other thing is women like to feel snatched. I'm just going to be honest. They like to feel snatched. So it makes you look good. It gives you the hourglass look for the time that you have
Mm.
it on. But it's not
Yep.
a mere. I'm not going to say that you put this on and
And
you're going
eat
to lose weight.
Doritos all night and you're gonna be cool. Like,
No,
I got my
no,
waist trainer
no.
on, girl. Let me just keep
You're gonna
eating
be
these
there
Right,
busted
Doritos.
out of it.
right.
Can't
And
do
then
that.
you're not gonna be able to breathe. Like Marsha said, your zipper gonna bust, and then you're gonna be calling me acting like you
Like it
bought
was
it that way.
bad.
I'm like,
Right, like it
Talking
was
about the
no,
faulty.
merchandise is bad.
right, right. You have to put it on, and you have to do the work. And I encourage the work because it's going to make you feel better. It's going to make you feel better. It's not about the look. It's like once you get going, you're going to feel better. So
I love it. One more time, how can they get a hold of you? Tonight only. They're normally how much?
they are normally 45.
45.
They're on sale right now, $30. Mention Lucas Live. I am Queen I am Queen 1982 on IG, and then Queenie Bean on Facebook. Message me.
I love it.
Mhm.
I am Queen 1982 on IG. You guys can check her
Oh,
out
one
there.
more thing. One more thing.
Yes.
I have t-shirts. I have t-shirts. I Imagine Me Empowered t-shirts that Stefan Barino made. So reach out to him if you need t-shirts or anything else. Um, Oh, let me put
Show
that
us
back
the
up.
t-shirts and the waist trainer one more time. It's your time to shine.
Here's t-shirts.
Love it.
Here's the t-shirts. And anyone who purchases a t-shirt today, those proceeds are $20. And they're gonna go to the annual backpack giveaway that I have every year. So $20 for a t-shirt. All those proceeds go to the annual backpack giveaway. We've done it for 4 years. So I'm excited. So you purchase a t-shirt, you're purchasing a backpack full of school supplies for kiddos.
I love it. Thank you so
Good.
much. We're going to bring Dio back on as well. We're going to wrap this show up. You guys have been great. Marche, thank you as well for being here with us. Let me hit some buttons here. Hey, we got the whole team back together again. The band is...
Hey.
Dio, how you feeling over there, my man?
Good. I'm good.
Hey, brother, I don't know about you, but I'm getting my wife a waist trainer tonight, one or 12. So if you're interested, you know what I mean, get your wife a waist trainer. Queenie has those available tonight. If you mention Lucas Live, they're only $30 tonight. That's I don't know. Get your son to help us with what percent off that is, because I'm sure he knows. He's a smart guy.
There you go.
He's smarter than all of us. Marche, again, I want to thank you for co-hosting.
Thanks for inviting me, Lucas.
Of course, and I can't wait to have you back as a guest. I've asked you to co-host, and I said I want you to come back as a guest again. My virtual briefcase for people who are interested in if you need a virtual assistant, or if you're considering becoming, or maybe you have a 18 or older child, a young adult that is not sure what they want to do with life, right? And they have some skills and they can do some things and they can help people, but they don't know if they want to go into the corporate world and be an assistant or a secretary or an administrator, but they have administrative skills. They can come to her academy, which will be opening up soon. We have
Perfect
Daryl.
avenue.
What's that?
So that's a perfect avenue for, I mean, with, like you just said, if you have like a child who, college may not be for them, but they have great skills.
Yeah, it's the place to go. So her virtual briefcase academy will be opening soon online. You guys will be able to find out more information about that. I certainly will be sharing that information and supporting her as well. Daryl, D.O., my man, we are so excited. Tell the people one more time,
Yes.
if they're interested in Crossover Academy, or they're interested in your facility at all, the community center part of it, again, how can people get a hold of you?
Easiest way is really on 70700474 740701074, or just go to crossoverboysacademy.org.
I love it. Crossoverboysacademy.org, or he gave y'all his whole phone number. His wife could be like, who are the people calling you? I just gave my whole phone number out on the thing. It's just how it is. It's just I had to do what I had to do. I'm trying to build the business here, honey. You have to understand. I love it. Every real business, their phone number is all over the place because they want people to reach out to them. As small businesses, we need to have a number people can get a hold of us as well. So check him out there at crossoverboysacademy.org. That's him right here. If you guys are interested, check out Dio and everything that he's done. And thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And last but not least, the queen, Miss Queenie. Lilly, my friend, I'm so proud of you, so excited about what you're doing. Imagine Me. Is that the name of the business?
Imagine me.
Imagine Me. If people, again, want to get a hold of you, and tonight they may want to purchase because there's a discount, or they may be someone who are looking not only for some help getting physically fit, they're looking for a group or some people to talk to or some encouragement, maybe a women's group or some things I know you do. How can they get a hold of you?
Queen Bean on Facebook. I am Queen 1982 on IG. And then also there's a website, imaginemewellness.com.
I love it. You all have been phenomenal. Thank you guys so much. We're going to get the party started as we head out. You guys have been great. I appreciate you guys coming into the Fish Tank. Everybody out there who watched this, if you're watching even the replay, please share this broadcast. Tell somebody about it. Tell somebody to support these great businesses. They are here for an investment of you as a follower, as a fan, as a customer. Please support these great businesses so they can continue to thrive and continue to make a difference in our community. We thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys again next time here on the Fish Tank. Everybody, have a great night.
Bye.